Hi, my name is Tony Dargo. I'm with Eastern Engineering. Today, I'm going to go and speak about the difference between the OSE Radiant Fusion technology. This happens to be an OSE 345 and a HP DesignJet XL 3600, which is a new printer to the marketplace at this current time. And I'm going to speak to the differences of these two printers and the similarities so that maybe this video can help you determine which product is best suited for you. I think the biggest question that you have to ask yourself right now is color a need in your office? Do you need to print color? If the answer to that is yes, this printer was designed to do that for you. And this printer was designed to fit in the price point of this printer. Okay? So if you have an older OSE, legacy OSE, 300 series, a 320, 340, 345, if you're looking at options and you're looking at upgrade options, from a price standpoint, they're pretty equal. So let's determine what are the feature set differences. What kind of performance can you expect out of this? What kind of performance can you expect out of that? And reliability. That's a big question. That's something that everybody has to consider when making a purchase and a choice. First, let's talk about the OSE. Fabulous product, strong, made of metal. The OSE product itself uses Radiant Fusion technology. And what does that mean? That's a toaster. So anytime we're printing something, we need toner to be fused to paper. OSE uses a thing called Radiant Fusion. Radiant Fusion is like your toaster oven. It comes on, hits the printer really hard, or hits the heat really hard, and it fuses it using a toaster-like oven. The other type of printers, like your small format copiers that you have throughout your office, those don't use Radiant Fusion typically, and they use rollers and drums and heat rollers, and those rollers stay warm all the time, and they have a tendency to turn and churn about every few seconds, and so they're always primed and staying ready. This device, pretty unique, can't hear anything, it's not making a sound, and its first page out is 20, 30 seconds. It's fast. That's because it doesn't warm up, it's already ready. And so Radiant Fusion is a really good thing because the printer's not all the time staying on and trying to keep warm. In my world, heat kills electronics. So if you're trying to, if you're thinking about reliability, something that's hot all the time is going to have a lesser reliability than something that only heats up and uses heat when it needs it. So that's a big feature set for the OSE. It's black and white. So you have to ask yourself, is that a place that you're looking at, and that's something that you're considering? So it's a black and white device. It does hold two rolls. So this drawer, very sturdy drawer, holds two rolls of paper, 500-foot roll. Well, actually they'll do 650s, but the 500-foot rolls is what we offer here at Eastern, and it's an excellent drawer, excellent quality. Drawback: uses a spindle. Okay. If you've received paper from us in the past, which you have, and if you've received enough paper over the course of time, you'll know that the spindle, the roll, the cardboard roll that the paper's spun out on, they get damaged in shipping. So this thing's perfectly cylindrical, and when you try to get a roll that's damaged over this, it's really hard. And so we prefer to have an end caps or a spindleless type system. So it's a little bit of a drawback, but nothing terrible. It does have an advanced button, a paper cut button on the OSE. So when you load the paper, if you didn't get the edge completely clean, you have that button you can hit, hold down. It's going to advance the paper and make a nice cut. This box and this technology has been in the industry for 10 plus years, proven, it's strong. If you've been an OSE owner in the past, you're probably going to stay an OSE owner because that's what you're accustomed to doing. If you're looking for just a black and white device, okay? So that's today's video is comparing that advantage maybe potentially the HP, or if that answers to some of your needs. So stacking, amazing stacker, uses air separation to bring the prints up to the top. I can't say enough positive things about the stacker. I can't ever remember a customer ever complaining about stacking. Very good device for that. And it has a nice touchscreen. So touchscreen's responsive. It goes to sleep when it needs to go to sleep. It's easy to use. Very simple. So the OSE's claim to fame is about 3 touches and you can get the result. So if I'm going to go out and make a copy, I hit maybe 3 buttons. I hit a green button and I'm ready to make a copy. So easy to use too. This device has Postscript, which is a nice feature, as well as the HP also has Postscript. What is Postscript? Most of the files you're printing today are PDFs, and those files were created using some sort of program, CAD, Photoshop, Illustrator, something, right? They were created doing that. Having a Postscript just means that PDF and PDF are talking to one another. If you don't have Postscript in a printer, some of our lines don't have Postscript. Sometimes with those files, especially if they have lots of layers in a PDF or you have multiple files in a PDF, those files don't print out properly. And with these 2 devices, both having Postscript, that's a real strong feature set. Power on this device is a 20 amp plug. So sometimes you got to bring in a little extra juice. It's a NEMA 5 plug, and so sometimes you have to bring in a little extra juice for that. Color scanner, first page out is about, less than 30 seconds, so it's a very quick printer. All right, so that's that device. Let's talk about this device here, which might be the reason you come to watch the video in the first place, because you're kind of interested in how it compares and what it does. So this one prints in color, so I mean that's it's a big deal. And the price point on this printer, this is what the market was kind of asking for when this came out, because you would come to us and say, hey, well, we need a black and white. We have a black and white printer, but we also need a color printer. Do you have one that'll do both? And we did, and we do. And some of those solutions are $20,000 plus. This particular solution is in that $15,000 umbrella, the same as the OSE, and prints 3 pages a minute. So this particular 345 over here prints 4 pages a minute, and this one prints 3, so you're giving up a little bit of speed for that side of it. And this one has our first page out of about 28 seconds. This device is made out of plastic, so it's not metal like this particular device. It has 2 drawers. In each drawer, you have a roll in those drawers. So that's not a bad thing necessarily. These are spindleless drawers. So when we put paper in this particular device, we just slide it in and put it in, and the drawer actually has a slider. It allows us to slide the drawer in, and it goes into the cup. So if the roll's damaged a little bit, you don't have that spindle that has to travel the whole distance of the spindle, which is a little bit easier to get the paper loaded. So 3Ds a minute. The power on this unit is a 110, so it's a 110 outlet. Has a color scanner. Has a 15.6-inch touchscreen, so it's a very large touchscreen. And the stacker on it is a very good stacker. So we have no problems with these stackers. That HP kind of standardized on this about 3 or 4 years ago as far as their top stacking, and this has been a great solution. It was a very welcome solution. If you had a stacker in the past and you went to like a basket or something of that nature, you wouldn't be happy. So stacking is a critical aspect of both of these units. Copies, using the touchscreen, responsiveness, processing speed. I can't say enough good things about the HP either on that side of it. And this can be outfitted with a wireless option. So if you're looking for a wireless option, you wireless connectivity, you want to put this in a corner, you don't have a network connection, that's an add-on to this device, but that's a nice feature to have that our other devices don't have, and the OSE doesn't have. We don't have a wireless connectivity. USB, if I want to have a keychain, and I want to print with a USB here, I can do that. And One of the other things that I was going to talk about is I was going to show you the profile, the side look of each machine, so you can see how that compares, how they compare to one another from that standpoint. Before, we might be able to take up a whole cubicle with a cut when we have 2 printers, and many of you are coming to us and asking us to shrink that because workspaces are changing. We have coffee places, we have different, the workplaces are changing. There's not as much space for printers. And so that space and the space requirement of it is pretty critical. The OSE 345 has a compact design. It is not a really wide unit. And so it fits in nice print corners and fits in those spaces that you need it to. The challenge with that is that if you need to have a color printer and you need something for marketing, or you want to be able to print in color because you're an electrical contractor and you need things in color to be able to communicate better, then you're going to have 2 printers. This isn't going to do that for you. But if you look at this unit, this is a I think it's about 26.5 inches wide. You might want to check the specs. You can get those from our website. But this isn't a very deep printer from that standpoint. It's actually a little bit more shallow than the HP. And the width-wise on both these, if you could see in the video before, were the same. So I talked a little bit about reliability before, and both devices have very comparable reliability stats to them. Both of them are pretty much the same dimension. This is a, if I had sustained printing, say I was going to do 40 sheets of printing, this printer at 4 Ds a minute would be done with that project at least 25% faster than this particular printer. Okay, so if you have large sets that you're printing, I use 40 pages, 100 pages, and you have several different people that are relying on that printer, and you've got people backing up the printer for 100-page sets. This printer is going to take longer, and if you're used to having 60-minute prints or 4 pages a minute prints, you're going to experience some frustration with that and your production capacity. Okay, we are learning that most sets, and we study this here at Eastern. Most people are printing 1 to 5 pages a minute, or 1 to 5 pages in their sets. But it doesn't mean that now and then you don't have a need for a larger run. You could outsource it, you can send it to this, go to lunch, come back, but this isn't going to get that set done as fast and as efficient as what you're going to find in a toner-based product that's doing 4 to 6 Ds a minute. If you are looking for a solution like that, that's color, that's fast, and it's quick, we do offer the Page-Wide series, which is an HP Page-Wide XL, and we also offer a KIP 600 series, or the KIP color series, which print at 6 and 8 Ds a minute as well. So I would encourage you to look at those products as an alternative solution. They're very cost effective in that pricing. But these are the solutions that I wanted to compare today that were in that sub $15,000 range that would meet that need and compare to an OSE Legacy or an OSE current machine versus the HP 3600. If you have any questions at any point in time, I invite you to one of our 5 locations. You're welcome to come into our demo rooms. We'll put these units side by side. We'll sit down and we'll talk about what solution best fits your needs, and we'll be happy to work with you. Thank you for your time.